Good evening. We are still with the white donkey. The question to be asked, how we know that it is horse in all the story, and how we know that it is white horse. Because the Torah talk about a donkey and the sound of donkey. So really nobody know from where came the legend that Mashiach came with a white donkey. But like many legends, many times legend that people say have big secret in it. So this one of them, and a hint about these two things that I said about being a horse and about being white, we find in the word of the Torah, really.
White horse or white donkey?
It is a horse, and the horse is white. Together we say that we call it a white donkey, altogether. It is written that Bnei Israel was slave in Egypt, and they was working in Egypt in two special kind of thing that call it Homer ולבנים. Homer is the matter that you make the bricks. How you call this? The
soil.
The soil is a Homer, with what you made the bricks. So we have two things. We have Homer and you have Levanim. Homer, Levanim, Homer is the same letter of Chamor, and Levanim, it's like Lavan, what is white. Now the gematria of these two words equal Chamor plus Sus, and equal Mitzrayim, Egypt, like we say. Today, Egypt, it's like Christianity.
Notzrim.
Notzrim, Christian, Mitzrayim, Egyptian.
Same root for the word.
The same word in it, the same root of word in Hebrew. Like we explained in different lessons, that the meaning of Galut, Mitzrayim, the exile of Egypt, is same gematria Yemot HaMashiach. The day of the Mashiach coming, it means after Mashiach is revealed here, and we have a time, a period of time that is peace in all the world, and we call it in Hebrew Yemot HaMashiach, the day of Mashiach.
The days.
The days of Mashiach is the secret of the exile of Egypt. It means, what is the exile of Egypt? It means, we say Egypt is Christianity. It means we have to really go inside the exile, inside Christianity, and to understand what it is there. And one of the hardest things that we will be learning about, it will be like to work, to be slave to the Egyptian, is to learn the secret of the donkey of Mashiach. It's so many complicated, so many things, so many data in all this concept of the donkey of Mashiach. So this is one of the basic learning of all the time of Mashiach, to learn what is. Yemot HaMashiach is time that everybody learn Torah. But it is one basic thing. We talk basically about the word hand, the Ark of Noah. And the Ark of Noah is full of animals. So in my book, I try to put all the animals that I can think about them There are most of them in the book, but it is one principal animal that main principal animal that is a donkey. It means the donkey, it's like the spirit of all the animals. שניים, מכל בשר אשר בו רוח חיים. To the Ark of Noah they came two from all flesh that have a living soul in it. We have the economy of Hamor here, of donkey. So we talk about something really general, that the secret of the white donkey, it's like the secret of Mashiach.
May I ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
The story in the New Testament, it says about Yeshua that he came to Jerusalem on a white donkey. So feels like the spirit riding on the matter, spirit over the matter. It's
a sign, so something that it will happen in the future, when he will come back. In the past, it is an action that represent in a physical way what will happen in the future when Mashiach coming. Now, in my book, we see a donkey riding on the horse. It's the same idea. It's a sign. The donkey is like a caricature of Mashiach. The donkey is not the Mashiach, like we said. It's like a Purim that came before Pesach. It's like a big laugh before the Mashiach coming. It's like the night before the day, the evil force that reveal before the holiness, all for the sake of good. The evil, the donkey that represents the evil for the sake of good, for the preparation of the good. It means only the evil force is there using holiness, the talent to be able to organize a production of bringing Mashiach to earth, to make peace in the world. If you are a good person, you cannot do something like this. If you have a soul from the side of heaven, you cannot organize something like this. Only if you have a soul from the side of Cain, something like this can be organized and found. Okay? So you need the donkey to break all the doors, all the limitations that really we can make this thing possible. Donkey, it means it's everything is physical, everything is real, everything is in this world. It's not anything of dreaming, of spiritual. It's all mathematics. It's like science. It's been Mashiach riding on fact, on something very physical.
It has to do with matter, with the ground.
Matter, exactly. Hamor is
Chomer.
Yeah. So, the donkey that riding on the horse, it's like a caricature. We say that the horse is a Mashiach, so it's like the donkey riding on the Mashiach. It's a caricature that makes the preparation for Mashiach really to arise on this world, and he will come on top of the preparation of these two persons that represent the white donkey. And one of them, it will be the body that will receive the soul of Yeshua. It means it will be the person, Mashiach ben David, that will become Mashiach when he receives the soul of the Yechidah Shebanefesh, like we explained in the last lesson.
So we're talking about a real person that
a real person, he must
incarnated now that may actually receive.
He must be from the house of David. He must be with a father that came from the family of David. It cannot be from the mother. It must to be somebody real, because any correction on this world must to be through a physical body, through a father body and a mother body. If not, it's not a way of correction. It's not a perfect correction. This is where things have to be corrected in the world by the law of the nature.
But he first has to receive the Messiah ben Yosef, the soul.
Mashiach ben Yosef equal in Gematria Rishayon. Rishayon is lesson for driving. Driving in Hebrew, it means to conduct. Lin'og, nahag.
To drive.
Nahag, what is a driver, equal chen. The nahag, what is Mashiach ben David, must to have a lesson. He will not have the lesson if the force.
License?
The lesson. Rishayon Neiga.
License.
License equal in Gematria 566. What is Mashiach ben Yosef?
Driving license.
Yes. I mean, if the devil is not agree with this, if Mashiach ben Yosef is not agree with this is not going to happen. Right? It must to be perfect agreement between the two opposite forces that contain what we call life on earth, because we say that the idea of Tammuz is life. The letter Chet, it means life, and life is always the pulse of male and female, like a breathing, like the pulse of the heart. רצו ושוב, והחיות רצו ושוב, the animal, the angels that call חיות, animals, in the Torah, go up and down, up and down. It's like a pulse. So the going up is a female movement, the going down is a male movement. Okay, so beside what we find in the Torah, this in that Chomer Levanim, it's like Chamor Lavan and equal donkey and a horse. It is a story in the Talmud that Shvor, the king of Paras, equal 2 times donkey, Chamor, and equal Shachar. Shachar is the morning, but it's the same letter of Shachor, of black. We have another hint why the donkey is black.
Shachar is dawn, morning.
Yeah,
dawn.
yeah, but in the Hebrew word, Shachar it's like more Shachor.
It's black.
Black. Right? So we see that the donkey, it is a verse in the book of Yoel, Keshachar parus al he'arim. Like the dawn, you said? Dawn. Keshachar parus al he'arim. He'arim, the mountain.
Mountains.
Mountain is the secret of the horse. Parash, in Hebrew, it means somebody that rides on a horse. Shachar, we say it's called 2 times donkey. The secret of the doubling of the name, we explained it in the lesson about the cross, if you remember. So we have the donkey that riding Parash on the mountain. What is the secret of the horse? Parash is the same letter of shofar, the shofar of the Mashiach.
Horn.
The horn that announced to the world that Mashiach coming, equal 10 times Chen, 10 times Yemach, our special word, 580, and equal Chamor Noer. Have the acronym of Chen. Chamor Noer is the way the donkey sing, express himself. This is called Ne'ira, from the word Nar. Nar it means a guy, a boy, a young guy that is 17.
A youth.
a
Teenager.
teenager, 17 years old is a nar. So this is the mentality of the donkey. Alright? So the shofar of Mashiach, it's a donkey that do his songs, say all his foolishness. It's 10 times chen, and it's the same letter of Parash, what is riding on a horse.
So Messiah is actually embodiment of the body of Messiah ben David and the soul of Mashiach ben Yosef. It's kind of together.
They have to become
be together.
one.
So this
Completely
is the way.
one person.
One
Yeah.
person.
It's
Body and soul.
Yeah, it's one person that completes all the element of his soul. That the highest element that represents the soul of Mashiach, what is called Yechidah. This is the soul of Yeshua.
So that would actually explain the expectation of the Christians for Yeshua to come back.
So we're talking about a spiritual coming. If we will have the eyes to see a spiritual coming, we will see it. It's up to us. We'll see it came from the sky, because we're talking about the spiritual coming. It's not mean that tomorrow the world will see somebody came from the sky. It's not going to happen this way. It's a lot of learning, because before we can see thing, spiritual thing, the redemption cannot happen with miracle, like we explain in different lessons. Everything has to develop natural way, because if it is developing in natural way, it's real, it will hold.
We'll sit on a ground, on
a
rock,
like science. Science progress very well. Can do mistake, but progress. You do mistakes and you fix it. You do mistake and you fix it.
Build it on vessels, on the law, on the Jewish.
You don't take
law.
anything like you don't count on dream, right? So the same way the idea of what you call the Lakhut, that Yeshua came and take all his believing to heaven, and they disappear from earth, the way they imagine the Christian. Is no such a thing. To be
a rapture, they call it rapture.
To be taking to heaven, to the nest of Mashiach, it's only one way to do it. It's the idea of going inside the Ark of Noah. The Ark of Noah exists spiritually. It's my book. My book is physical. You learn my book, it means you learn about the nest of Mashiach, and if you learn it well, you can become Eliyahu Navi and go with your body there, and you can come back here too. Alright, so this is a spiritual capability that if we learn Torah, this is why we learn Torah. Learning Torah is to be able to go to heaven and to come back and to be in heaven when we are still here.
It's the level of higher consciousness, the highest consciousness that we can achieve as humans.
Yes, so it's possible.
This is the
if somebody get in a certain degree of deep learning, he can take his body and go up. This cannot happen if people don't learn Hebrew and don't learn Torah.
So we need that. We need that. Learn Hebrew and we learn Torah to go back to the roots.
But the nest is the word Chen. This is the nest of Mashiach. This is where we have to come. Boel HaTeva came to the Ark of Noah. This is the idea.